What's jumping, guys? This is Norms, and today this is the review of the Acer Travelmate X483. This is actually the 14-inch slim looking notebook with the Core i3 7th generation ULB CPU with 4GB of RAM, 500GB hard drive, and also a backlit keyboard. This is really good for your everyday needs as a road warrior. Let's find out. Looking at the concept, the Acer Travelmate X483 is one of the laptops these days that are not always into the category of being heavy. As what we can see here, this one is really a good looking device with a really slim form factor right there from Acer, which is one of the ideal laptops from a deal breaker back then. This is like the old notebook that we have seen back in the second generation of Sandy Bridge architecture, which is this one is really not just a bad laptop for those of you who want to use it, but looking at how it is, this is really a great laptop for you and for the road warriors out there. Looking on how gorgeous the screen looks like and how the build quality is for the brushed aluminum on the hood and also some of the rubber accents on the screen's hinge. And looking at the display, is actually a 1366 by 768 display with your Acer logo right over there. And looking at it, that's why it's really dark, is because when I light it up, it is a backlit keyboard. It's really just plain simple and just a really good laptop for people who want to buy it. This one is really grayish aluminum design with a really good trackpad, but it's a big trackpad right here with some sorts of gestures, and you can have varieties of OS like Windows 7, Windows 8, and Windows 8.1. So running down to the specs, is actually the Core i3 2377M, which is a ULB platform with 3 megs of cache and a 1.5 GHz clock speed with Intel HD graphics, which is a 3000 and 14-inch Acer Crystal LCD display, 4 gigs of DDR3 memory, 500GB hard drive, like I said, and a DVD writer. But now it's time to look at the specs on the laptop between ports and IOs. On the left side, you have your DVD writer. Now on the front, you have your status LEDs and your power button. On the right, you have your SD card reader and your headphone combo jack. And finally, you have your air vent, DC power in, to USB 3.0, the charging for your Android phones, and HDMI, Ethernet port, and a cancel lock. And what you can see here, the difference is it doesn't have a removable battery integrated in the notebook itself. On the other side, you have your typical air vents right there, your 2 speaker grills. Now opening up the laptop is not just a really big start. You have your notch here, you have your indicator if you want to let the laptop off. You don't have any kind of problem between opening it and closing it, rather than our laptops that you have to use 2 hands in order for you to open it. Now for the boot test. So actually booted up for around 46 seconds, and this is not really a fast hard drive, it's just really 5400 RPM. So now it's time for the type test for the sticky notes, and as far as I know, key access aren't a big deal about this because it's integrated inside the motherboard, and tactile feel of it. You can really see that I'm typing on a sticky note. It's actually not really bad. I mean, it is comfortable, it doesn't hurt your fingers when it comes to typing, and especially the stress. So yeah, that is really great keyboard app. You can play some of your casual games like Game House, older titles like Nosferatu, or any kind of games that you know, for like Facebook games, browser games, and also watching videos on HD. Here is the video test on the Acer Travelmate X483, which is now this video right here. What I'm using is 1018. Alright, so what I'm using is a 1080p video. There we go. So yeah, this is my old outro. More like 1080p, 10 fps. So yeah, that is also a sound test, and that's not all. We're going to check some of the other sound tests that we are going to use. Now it's on volume 44 because it's already evening. It's already 10:01 p.m. here. And I could say this is a little bit loud in terms of my room, because my room is a little bit smaller, but as you can see, this one is real great for quiet rooms, but for noisy rooms like hallways, it's a little bit more into what I say, you need an external speaker in order to do that. Overall, this laptop is really good with all the specs that it had and all the things that was really implemented with it, from the design look, the reliability, the processor, all of it is really good. But there are facts that I can really want to improve where it is. But you have your typical 3-cell battery, which it can go for around almost 5 hours of daily use on high performance, while on balance it can go for around 5 to 6 hours, and if you want to use your balance mode, I mean power saver, you can go for around 7 hours, which is really a great way to start, depends on your usage. At the end of the day, this laptop is really a great thing for road warriors because you can just use it everywhere you go. It's not really just too heavy to see on a 14-inch notebook that we have seen most, but looking at how elegant, simple looking but sleek design that it gives to the people back then, this is really great laptop. More like gives the ultrabook feeling, although what I'm going to say is not really just an ultrabook, but this one is like the best solution for people who are into programming and into more in the road warrior category. And all I can say is you can just really give it a meltdown on this laptop. This is really good compared to my old Neo laptop before. If you guys don't know what Neo is, I'm going to explain it soon. But anyway, as the review ends, there are most other laptops out there right now and back then that are really good and still can be used. You can't just really say that other laptops are more into it needs to be a cool spec, it has to be like this, like that. No, it's how we use it right now and how we interact with our devices. As what we can say, we keep moving forward to the future. And all I can say is this is a really great laptop. It has its own name. For a company like this, it's really good. But as far as I know, this is already cheap. Can't say it's almost like 24,000 pesos here or 25,000. It depends on your budget, but this is a really great laptop for people who are on the go road warriors who doesn't need any kind of higher specs, a dedicated graphics, and also a really heavy lifting in terms of climbing a mountain or something. So this is Norms, and I'll be seeing you in the next review, which is not really the latest laptop reviews, but this is more like the history laptop reviews right here. So yeah, this is Norms, and see you guys next time. Peace.